So what is going on, my fellow collectors? How is everybody doing today? Daredevil19 here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the MAFEX Suicide Squad Deadshot. So let's get into it right away and start off with the box. So we do get a basic style box for MAFEX. We do get the very large window right there in the front of the box. On the bottom we do get a cool image of the figures. This Deadshot action figure, MAFEX number 38, and Medicom toy. And then the bottom of it has the barcode and a little bit of bust up nobody cares about. And then here is the top of the box. And then the one side of it here. And then the other side of the box. And then the back of it shows a few poses you can get the figure into, along with some of the accessories. But anyway, that is the packaging. Let's get this figure open to take a closer look at Will Smith. Alrighty, taking a closer detailed look, and I think MAFEX really did an incredible job with the detail on this Deadshot. The paint sculpt looked great throughout the entire figure, but there is some issues with this Deadshot, which we'll go over throughout the review. I'll talk about a couple right now. I did have the left wrist joint snap off on me. Once again, another wrist joint breaks with a MAFEX figure, and we'll go over that more when we get into the accessories and talk about the hands. And then the barrel on the forearm gun on his right arm broke off on me, plus they put it on an angle like he's a character from Wanted and he's learning how to curve the bullet. And then the holster on the back of his belt, they use such cheap glue. I was just posing the figure around and it falls off on me, so I had to crazy glue it. I had to crazy glue 3 different things on this damn figure. Like, come on, MAFEX, what are you guys doing? So going over the detail here, the face sculpt looks pretty good. It's not spot on like SH Figure Arts, but they did a decent job with it. Here it is compared to the SH Figure Arts one, and the SH Figure Arts one looks exactly like Will Smith. I feel like MAFEX got Will Smith's skin tone right compared to the SH Figure Arts one, but the SH Figure Arts one, they gave you like a miniature Will Smith figure. I like this one because they did put the eyepiece over his eye right there, and I think that makes Deadshot look pretty badass. We do have like a little bit of shading throughout his skin tone, like around his head and a little bit on his cheeks, so I do like that they did that. Nice sculpted wrinkles on the top of the head right there, like on the forehead and between the eyes. Nice sculpt and paint around the eyes on the eyebrows. The beard looks good too. I like how it's sculpted, and the paint is pretty good on it as well. So decent job on the face sculpt there. And then this piece over his eye looks good. Nice sculpt and paint on it. And then it continues to the side, going down the back of his head to the ear here. And then we have like an ear piece going into his ear. So pretty cool little thing that they sculpted onto his head there. The neck looks good. And then on the collar of his shirt, they actually got this right. Unlike SH Figure Arts, they put his little saying on there, "I am the light, the way," so I do like that they did that. They also put it on his forearm guns, and then it's also on his larger guns, so that is more movie accurate, unlike the SH Figure Arts one. Now his armor, I feel like his armor looks dope. They did an excellent job with the sculpt and paint on it. I like right around here these 2 pieces. It looks like carbon fiber, and I think that looks cool. SH Figure Arts didn't even put that on theirs on the front or on the back, and then MAFEX did put it on there. So I feel like this is more movie accurate, and SH Figure Arts not putting it on there is not more movie accurate. But like I said, the armor looks dope. I love all the little screws or bolts all throughout it. We do get the Deadshot symbol right there, the crosshairs. And some tiny little detail I noticed on the MAFEX Deadshot armor compared to the SH Figure Arts one. You could see like these tiny little bullet holes. So pretty cool looking. Then his red maroon undershirt looks pretty good. I do like the texture of it, and the paint where the maroon meets the red pretty clean for the most part. I don't really see any paint issues. They did put a black wash throughout the red, but sometimes they went a little too heavy with it. I mean, it's not horribly bad. Like this side has a little too much on it, and then on his back we have like glops of it on this side. Then over here it looks like the maroon's bleeding onto the red, and then a little too much over there. So it's not like horribly bad, but there is a few spots where they went a little heavy with the black wash. Now on his shoulders here, we do get his armor continuing right there, and it looks pretty cool. I like how we could see like a couple buckles right there. This piece looks pretty dope too. And then the back here, I do like how the armor looks as well. We get those little screws or bolts in there, and it looks pretty cool. And I do like all these sculpted lines all throughout his shirt. I think that looks dope. And then we do get these straps on the bottom that connects this piece going to the front, connecting the piece on the midsection there. So I think they did a good job throughout the torso. Now for the arms here, we do get some more of the armor on the shoulders and around the bicep right there, and they did a pretty good job with it. I like the way those look. And then the elbow joints I think look good, and then we do get his guns on his forearms, and this one looks great. I like how they put the little saying on there. The sculpt and the paint on it looks very well done. The inside of the arm, we get a couple straps and buckles on there, which look pretty cool. But really disappointed how this one broke off on me. I had to super glue it, but you really can't even tell. But I hate that they put it on an angle. That's so stupid. So pretty good for the upper part of Deadshot there. Then we do get his belt with the clips on it, and they're actually just connected to the midsection piece, so they do articulate with it. And I think I like that more than what SH Figure Arts did with their Deadshot. But all the clips and everything look good. The little holsters that are holding the clips look dope. We get like a bunch of little screws on them. The buckle is sculpted on his belt right there. And then over here we get like a little pouch, and then this thing here. I know SH Figure Arts didn't even color there, so that's probably more movie accurate. The holster on the back looks dope. We get all the bolts on there, and it is on a hinge, so I do like that they did that. Then we do get another pouch on the belt. And then the pants here, they did a good job with the pants. We get sculpted wrinkles all throughout the pants, around the underwear piece, on the legs. And then we do get some pockets sculpted on the back of his pants. And then we do get his holster, and then the clips on the other side of his leg. And the holster looks dope. I really like the way the holster looks. Then we do get these straps going all around his leg with a couple buckles and everything. Same with the clips as well. So they did a good job with that. And the clips look dope, and I like how each clip is on an individual hinge, unlike the SH Figure Arts one, which was all molded onto one piece, and then it was just pegged in, and you could swivel it a little bit. So I do like what Mafex did more over the SH Figure Arts one. Now for the knee pads here, I like what they did. SH Figure Arts did this with theirs. I like how we have these silver bolts or screws on the SH Figure Arts one, and I do like the color of the paint better, or how it's more like glossy, unlike Mafex. Mafex didn't paint their bolts, they just made it black. I don't know which one's more movie accurate, but I do like that Mafex put some black paint like in the center of the armor on the knee pads right there. I think that looks dope. And then they did sculpt the straps on his pants. Unlike SH Figure Arts, they just connected it to the knee pads and then just cut it off where the knee joint is on the back of the leg there. But I do like how they are sculpted on there. We get nice sculpted wrinkles throughout the pants going down to the lower leg there. And the right leg has a pocket sculpted on there. We do have a zipper there as well, so that looks pretty cool. And then this side has the zipper also, but no pocket. But this one does have the sheath for his knife, and the sheath does look pretty cool. And I like how the pants look tucked into the boot. Now for the boots here, with Mafex, I don't know who got the coloring right, but Mafex is like an army green, olive green type color, and SH Figure Arts is just straight up black. So I don't know who got that right, but the Mafex one looks dope. I do like the green with the black shading all throughout it. The laces look dope. Just nice sculpt all throughout the boots. That looks really cool. And on the bottom of them, we do get some sculpted treads on there, which also look pretty cool. So overall, I think Mafex really did an excellent job with the paint and sculpt. I am really satisfied with how the detail turned out on the Mafex Deadshot. But anyway, let's continue on. Alright, so here's a quick side-by-side comparison of the SH Figure Arts Deadshot and the Mafex Deadshot, and you can pick and choose which figure you rather prefer and have in your collection. If you want to take a risk and get more stuff and have a more movie accurate figure, I would say go with Mafex. If you want a figure that's not going to break but has molded guns and isn't as movie accurate, I would say go with SH Figure Arts. Both figures are pretty cool. I like both of them. Neither of them are perfect though, but there's a quick side-by-side comparison. Let's keep moving on. Moving on to the accessories, we get a bunch of awesome stuff with this Deadshot. This is definitely the highlight of the figure. So we do get a Mafex stand, of course, which does come in a bag right here and comes in 3 parts, and you guys know the drill on how it articulates. So we do get that, and then we do get 2 interchangeable heads. So we do get the unmasked one here, which is probably my favorite out of the 2 because we do have 2 points of neck articulation with this one. And we already took a look at this and they did do a very good job with it. Just doesn't look exactly like Will Smith, but it's pretty good. And then we do get the masked one here, which just has 1 point of articulation, which is at the lower neck. And this one is actually a bit of a pain in the ass to get on. You really have to press down on the ball joint right there, and it actually doesn't really stay on all that well. Let me show you guys here. So when you articulate it around, it eventually will pop off, like as you see like that. So that does get very annoying, but I think they did an excellent job with the paint sculpt on this. This looks dope. Do get the eyepiece on the left eye. You can see his eye on the right side there, which looks pretty cool. And I do like the texture of the mask. This piece around his mouth, it looks like someone just threw some pepper on it. It looks alright though. Just, you can see the ear sculpted on there, under there. That looks pretty cool. I like these parts. I think this is more movie accurate. SH Figure Arts, I think, just made it gray. They put the gray and the black line in there. Back looks pretty cool. And then the neck looks pretty dope too. Do get a couple sculpted wrinkles around there. And they did put like a little bit of a black wash as well. And this head's more easier to swap out compared to this one, as you just saw. So we do get those two interchangeable heads, and then we also get 4 different guns and a knife. Now, I don't know why SH Figure Arts couldn't have given us all these damn guns instead of just cheap, lazy, molded guns. So we do get his main larger gun here, which looks dope. They do have the saying on the barrel right there, "I am the light, the way," so I'm glad that they put that on this gun. Unlike Tamashi Nations. But the paint sculpt pretty damn good on this. Paint seems to be pretty clean for the most part there. Scope looks dope. I don't know if that's right, that being on an angle, the orange part on the top of the scope. And then they put this part where you rest like your shoulder on, it's on crooked. Like, what the hell? And then I was posing the figure around taking pictures, and I noticed this kept getting loose, the barrel. And I realized it frickin' unglued. Like, what the beep, Mafex? Come on, use some better glue, damn it. And I do like how we have his little symbol right there, the crosshairs. But he does grip onto this perfectly with the trigger finger hands and the gripping hands. So we do get the larger gun there. And then we also get another one of his signature guns. And this is the one that goes on to the holster on his right hip. And they did a good job with the paint and sculpt. This gun looks pretty dope. I just don't like this piece up here, but that's how the gun looks in the movie. So pretty good job with this gun. And it fits into his holster pretty good if you just have him standing upright, but if you're like articulating him around, you might want to take this out because it just falls right out. So it really doesn't stay in there well. As long as he's just standing up straight, it'll stay in there. But we do get that fits right in the holster. And then we do get his knife here, and they did a really cool job with this tiny little knife. I like the way this looks. The silver looks dope, and then the handle looks pretty cool. And this fits right into the holster on his left boot there. Fits right in there perfectly, eh? So we get the knife, and then we do get, I believe these are Glocks, or 9mm or something. And I do like how the clip kind of extends a little bit past the grip. That looks pretty cool. But I think they're painted black. I don't think they're molded in a black plastic. Sometimes I can't even tell. But the sculpt of them look dope. So pretty cool looking guns right here. And these two go into the holster on the back of his belt. And these ones fit in really good. They kind of like clip in. I don't know if you guys could hear it. Ready? I don't think you could. It just kind of snaps right in there and they don't fall out or anything. Unlike the other gun on his hip. But these are probably my favorite out of all the, well, it's just one other pistol. But they're probably my other favorite weapon accessories included with Deadshot. So those are all his weapons. And then we finally get 12 interchangeable hands. So we do get a pair of fists, of course, which comes on the figure out of the packaging. And very nice sculpt and paint on these where the red meets the black. Nice clean paint. I do like how we have sculpted wrinkles on the side of the hand, around the thumb and the finger there. Even on the top of the glove on the hand right there. And then even on the other side. I love that tiny little detail added onto figures. Now, an issue here. Now, the fists, they're the easiest ones to swap in and out on the wrist joints because the peg hole is the perfect size for the wrist joints. Now the rest of the hands, the other 10, the peg insert is a little too thin and you're going to have to force getting them on the damn wrist joint. And that is why my left wrist joint snapped on me and broke. Yes, I know about the hot water trick or using a blow dryer, but you should not have to do that with each damn hand every time you want to interchange it on the figure and take pictures or something. You shouldn't have to do that all the time. That's why I purposely don't do that when I get a new figure that I'm going to be reviewing. Sometimes I do it if I don't want a certain figure to break, but most of the time I want to let you guys know if the quality is good or if the quality sucks on a figure. And Mafex is still using some crappy cheap plastic, or just not making it so it's easy to interchange the hands. They make the peg holes so much smaller, they make it difficult to interchange the hand, and you're bound to break something. So that is an issue with this figure, and that is why my wrist joint broke, and that's bullshit, man. So we do get a pair of fists, then we do get a pair of trigger finger hands. One thing I do like that Mafex did, they made their hands more of a softer rubbery type plastic, so I do like that they did that, but it's still not going to help if you make the peg inserts much smaller and make it more difficult to interchange them. You're still going to break the damn peg on your figure's hand, but they did a nice job with the paint and sculpt on these hands as well. We get a sculpted wrinkle on the top of the glove right there. He does grip onto each gun perfectly with the trigger finger hands, so we do get a pair of those. Then we do get a pair of gripping hands, which is meant for him to grip onto the handle on his larger gun there, that he grips onto perfectly. Plus you could open up the hand a little bit to slide the handle in there, but nice sculpt and paint on these. So very good job on these gripping hands. Then we do get another pair of gripping hands where his grip is kind of on an angle, and this is meant for him to grip onto his knife. And nice sculpt and paint on these as well. So very good job with these gripping hands. And then we do get a pair of open hands here, and they did a very nice job with these. Nice paint and sculpt on these hands here. So we get those open hands, and then finally we get another pair of open resting hands here, and very nice sculpt and paint on these. And I like that they did include two types of open hands. So pretty cool that they did that. They didn't have to. They could have just gave us one, but they gave us two separate pairs. But anyway, that is all the accessories included with Will Smith. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review, shall we? Now for the height of Deadshot. To the top of his head, it looks like he's just shy of 6 inches and 3/4 of an inch tall. And then here he is compared to the SH Figuarts Suicide Squad Deadshot, Harley Quinn, and Joker. And then here he is compared to the Mezco 112 Batman and Superman and the Mafex Suicide Squad Jokers. And then here he is compared to the SH Figuarts Awakened Warrior Super Saiyan Goku and the Mezco 112 Daredevil. Anyway, there's some quick comparisons. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review. So now for all the articulation, we do get 2 joints at the neck, but that's only with this unmasked head. The masked one, as you saw, is just the lower neck for the articulation. So the unmasked head, you can get Deadshot to look up about that much. And then he does look down about that much, so pretty good forward and back movement at the upper neck. Then we do get a little bit of pivot at the upper neck as well, then it does swivel. Now for the lower neck joint, it does go forward and back a pretty good amount, where forward better, going back gets hindered by the collar. So with both joints, he does pretty much look all the way down, then with both joints, he looks up about that much. And then we do get pretty good pivot at the lower neck, actually really good pivot there, and then it also swivels, so pretty good movement at both the neck joints. Then we do get a point of articulation at the torso right under the chest there, and Deadshot can go forward about that much with that joint, and then going back, goes back a really good amount actually. Then we do get some really nice pivot at the torso there, and then it does swivel a little bit. Now for the waist here, it does go forward a pretty good amount, and then goes back a really good amount as well. So with both joints, you can get Deadshot to crunch forward decently, then going back, he does go back a lot more. We do get a little bit of pivot at the waist, and then it also swivels. Now for the arms here, we do get a pretty good joint at the shoulder here, so you can get his arm to move a little bit in a circular motion, as you can see there. And then the arms go out to the sides about 90 degrees. They do go up and down. We do have bicep swivel. It can swivel at the shoulder as well. Then we do have a double jointed elbow that only bends in 90 degrees. I mean, it's double jointed. It can't bend in. You couldn't have got it to bend in a little bit more. Now for the wrists, the one on my left one did break, so I have to show you on this side. It does swivel and then hinges back and forth because it is a ball hinge. Now the holster on the back of his belt is on a hinge. I do like that they did that. And then the clips on his left thigh here are all each on a hinge, so I do like that they did that as well. Now this is where the articulation gets pretty scary. The legs do shift down a decent amount actually, but here's the problem. Listen to this. See how tight that joint is? you feel like it's going to break. And when a joint is that tight, eventually it will break, and that's definitely not good. I'm afraid to make it go up anymore, but he doesn't really kick high that much, doesn't really hit 90 degrees. Oh, scary. Whoa, that's, oh my god, that's gonna break. It's gonna break eventually. Yeah, you can tell that's definitely gonna break. Does go back a pretty good amount. And then going out to the side, about 45, a little more than 45 degrees. We do get very nice swivel up there though, but that is so bad how tight that joint is. It's like that on the left leg as well, and I know other people have that issue with the leg joints being overly tight. That is not good at all. The knees here, we do have a double jointed knee, and it bends back all the way, so that's really good. And the joint can actually swivel a little bit where it connects into the thigh and into the lower leg there. Now this is where the articulation sucks. The ankles do swivel, so that's good. They hinge up a tiny bit, and then same with going down. And then we get horrible ankle pivot, as bad as the SH Figure Arts Deadshot. That is such bad pivot right there. And then we have a toe hinge that doesn't even work. Like, why did you even put a toe hinge on there if it doesn't even work? So I don't know what the hell they were doing with the articulation with the lower half of this Deadshot, but overall we do get some pretty good movement. The ankles suck and the legs are very scary to articulate, but other than that, you're going to be able to get them in some decent Deadshot poses, and I'm about to show you some of them right about now. But anyway, that is my review of the Mafex Suicide Squad Deadshot. Hope you enjoyed it. If I had to rate this figure between a 1 through 10, I'd only have to give it a 6.5. If you would like to know the price and where to buy this figure, I had mine imported from Japan from Ami, and I know my buddy from Agelessgeeks won't be listing this on his website, but he will have it at his booth at Frank & Sons if you live in California. But if you ever do buy something from Agelessgeeks, don't forget to enter in code name Daredevil, and you'll get yourself a 5% off discount. I will put more information in the description below. And if you would like to support the channel, don't forget to subscribe and click on that bell icon. And if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, just give it a thumbs up anyway, because action figures are awesome. But thanks for watching. I will see you later. So let's get into it right away and start off with the box. Ran out of breath. On the bottom we do get a cool image of the Deadshot figure. Says Deadshot Action. What the hell was that? The SH Figure Arts Suicide Squad figures. Deadshot, Chucky, and Chanamatoka. So with both joints, he could pretty much look all the way down, and then whoops, I ripped his head off. 12 interchangeable hands. Forgot what I was going to do next. Oh, damn it. So we do get a pair of fists, of course, which come on the figure out of the packaging and very, whoops, oh, you son of a bitch. So we do get a pair of fists, of course, oh, damn it, I did it again, Compton. And this is probably my favorite Shabby Jibbity Bee Boo Ba Ba Boo.